Okay. Yeah. First we'll see for loop here. So how to use for loop in Robots framework. So I'll show with an example. Okay. So we are taking in same suit, but I'm creating one more test case for loop. Okay. So I'm just adding one documentation. Loop and I'm adding one tag for. Okay. So for loop we have a syntax like this. First we have to give colon for, and we have to give two spaces, two or more spaces like as indentation, and we have to give syntax will get from built-in library. Yeah, you can give for dollar some variable name. In we have to give here a list. Okay. So list, if you define one list here, values create list 1 2. Okay, you can define the list here like in Python. For x in the list will give, right? Similarly for variable in the list, and we should indentation. So from here again we have to give we have to give again indentation. You should give three or more, two or more spaces. Okay, so here you can write the statement log value is dollar val. Okay, so this will take all values from here and it will print one by one. Okay, now we'll see. So I want to execute only this particular test case. I don't want this test case. So using this tag for, I'm executing using -i. This we discussed earlier. So we have to give tag here. For loop contains no keywords. Yeah. So I think the syntax is like this. You have to give colon for and the variable name in the list, and you have to give slash and the spaces, and you can give the statement here log values log. I'm just printing one statement like value is the value variable. Okay. So like log is value is one, value is two, value is three, value is four has to print. Okay. So if I execute fine. So just create a list and so in for loop for x in values. So first is one. So statement is value is one, value is two, value is three, value is four. Okay. So like that it will iterate it. Okay. So here we can use list or else I will introduce one more range 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 of can if I give. Okay. So okay. So the syntax is in range. Okay. So for range in robot framework we should give like this for variable x in range in space range. Okay. So after that we have to give multiple spaces, but because this 10 is an argument. Okay. So in the range of from 10, so 0 to 10, it's like Python range only. So you will get all. So like this you will get all. So this is one way. So other is instead of this, if you instead of creating a list directly, you can give a list of elements here only. You can give Python, Java, see. Okay, okay, see, it will iterate 3 times. This Python Java C. This will print Python and this will print Java. Okay, so like that we can use for loop in 3 ways. One is you can iterate list, you can iterate some random range of numbers, or you can iterate some list here. So range, if you take in space range, if you want to from 10 you can give 10, it will, you can say 0 to 10, or else from range and last range from 1 to 10 you can give. Okay, then it will freak from starting is 1 and ending with 10. Okay, so similarly here, so this will run. So if some point, if it reaches so it will iterate from 1 to 10. If it reaches 5, if the value is 5, if you want to skip the for loop, then you can use, we can use these keywords: continue for loop, exit for loop, exit for loop. Okay, so run keyword if $of var equal to 5, 5, then exit for loop. Okay, so I'm printing, first I'm executing log, next I'm executing this keyword, run keyword if this particular statement true, then exit for loop. It will skip, it won't continue rest 5. Right. See, one, it executed, run keyword if value equal to 5, no, then it didn't execute till 2 3 5. 5 equal to 5, it satisfies, then it is exiting for loop. Okay, it's a kind of back exiting for loop altogether. Okay, so it is exiting for loop, so it will jump here. So if you give any statement here, that will execute. Okay, like that you can exit a for loop. Okay, similarly instead of this we have one more condition. Instead of writing hold, you can give like this: exit for loop if there is one keyword, and we can give the condition var equal to, let's say, only 2. Okay, if this condition satisfies, it has to exit. See, only 2. See, it exiting for loop if the value equal to 2. Okay, so that is how we can use this tool. And we have one more thing: continue for loop. Okay, if it equal to 2, you can give continue for loop. It is like continue. How we will use continue in Python. Sorry. This condition satisfies continue for loop. See, for one statement it printed hello, but if var equal to 2, condition satisfies, then continue for loop. It is continue for loop from the next iteration. So it is directly jumping to next value. It's not printing hello. But for other statements, it is printing. Okay. It is like continue in Python. Same as you can use in robot framework. Okay. So like that you can use. So what else we have? Continue for loop and continue for loop if similar like exit for loop if directly we can continue for loop if and we can give the condition instead of giving like this run keyword if continue for loop if this condition. Okay, you can use those two statements. Okay, so similarly we have few more in built-in. Yeah, those are like set global variable is one keyword. So using this keyword you can set a variable in global in the sense whole suits. So I'll tell you. So, one more test case variables. Okay, so normally if you define a variable here, so in variable section you can use that variable in any test case. Okay, but if you define a variable inside here, you can't use that variable next test case. Okay, so the scope of the test case will be in the particular the scope of the variable is within the particular test case. Okay, so if you want to use that variable in next test case or else enter the suit or in next suit also, let's say you have in one directory 10 suits, so you want to use the variable in all 10 suits, then you can set that variable as a global variable. Okay, so for that we'll use that one, set global variable, set global. See the description of that. Okay, set global variable, you have to give the value of variable name and the value, so which one you want to make the variable as a global. Okay, so I'm making variable name, you can give just giving one result. Okay, so okay, so in this particular test case, I'm setting global variable as result equal to pass, and I'm using that variable in next test case. Okay, so I'm giving tag as both variable. Where is a tag for both test case? So I'm running only where tag. Spinning around. So it is printing pass, and we're setting here, and we're using next. We are using here. So similarly, like if you have 10 test case, so somewhere in one test case you will get value. So you want to use that value in all test cases. Also you want to reset that value as global. So then you can set as a global variable like this. Okay. So the scope of this variable will be like entire shoot. Even this shoot, even if you have other shoots also, you can directly use it. Okay. Similarly, we have few more like set shoot variable. Okay, so if you set like this, the scope of the variable will be within the shoot. So if you have another shoot, it won't applicable. We can use only within the shoot. Next, set test variable. Okay, if you use this keyword, then the scope of the variable is within the test case. Okay, if you use outside, it won't work out. So within the test case only it will work. Okay, so similarly we have set variable. Okay, so you can reassign one variable value. You can assign a value to the particular variable. So it will be like set variable. So name I gave Python, right? So name I need to change it to Java. Log dollar name, it has to print Java. Okay, okay, the syntax is done. The syntax is like this. Okay, like this. You can set the name as a Java. See, we are setting dollar name equal to Java, and we are getting as a Java. Okay, so like that you can reassign a variable. You can reassign a value to the particular variable. So we have set variable if. So similarly, like run keyword if, you can use set variable if, and you can give some condition here. Okay, you can give some condition and value. If that condition satisfies, it will assign to the particular value, or else it won't assign. So I'll give you the set variable if, condition and value. You can use like this. You can give the set variable if, and you can give the condition. If the condition satisfies, you can give the value. If the condition not satisfies, you can give other value. Okay, two values you can give. If it satisfies, it will take first. If it is not satisfies, it will take second. Okay, so that is how we can use. So next, set tags. Okay, so tags we can set using set tags also. So for tags, so normally we are defining like this, right? Okay, tags and the tags. So this, like, we are predefining, we are hard coding. So if you know the tag what you can give, directly you can give here. But if you want to get some value from some other file or some other, let's say I'll give you one example. So you want to set the tag as a version number. Okay, that version you are getting from runtime. Okay, so you have to log in some particular machine. So from that machine you have to get the version. You don't know the version. Okay, so after that, whatever you get the version, that version you have to set as a tag. So like for identification. Okay, so you are logging in different version machines or different IPs machines, then you can set those IPs or those versions as a tags. So if you want to set those tags as a runtime, then you can give like that. You can give execute some command here. So like get you can write some keyword. So get version from the machine, and you can give. And after getting that version, you have to set that version as a tag. Then you can use this set tags equal to the tag result I'm giving. Okay, so default. So here we define tag as a where, but execute. Okay, we have to execute both, so that is the reason. Since we use result as a global, We need to run both because we didn't define this result anywhere, right? So let run both. See set tag as a pass. You can see the tag here as and here also you can see. Okay. So in runtime we can set tags using set tags keyword. So similarly set documentation. So documentation also you can set runtime. Okay. So you can use test documentation keyword. So here we have a few keywords for validation. Okay. So those are like should be empty. So one keyword is should be empty. Should be empty. The syntax is we have to give should be empty and the string. So whatever you give here that should be empty. Then only it will pass. Else it will fail. Okay. Similarly should not be empty. Same thing. It will be like reverse. Okay. So I'm doing one thing. So like I'm defining x equal to set variable of empty way. Okay, so for empty string you can define using like this dollar of empty. So I'm validating should be empty dollar of x. So dollar of x should be empty. Then this test case will pass. If it is not empty, it will fail. Okay, so here I want to execute only that validation test case. So instead of tag, I'm giving validation because here I didn't add tag. So I'll give validation test case name, or else you can give the regular expression. It should be empty. So okay. So when you define dollar of empty, that will be like a empty string. I mean null string. Okay, so should be empty. So it is. So this will count the length of the string. So if it is a 0, it will fall. So let's say instead of empty, if I define something some hello, okay, what will happen? Hello should be empty. It is failing because it's not empty. Okay, so similarly, if you give should not be empty, it will pass. So when it is not empty, that means when it is a not null, then it will pass. See, it is pass. If it is a empty, this will fail. Okay, so that is the difference for both. Similarly, should be equal as a strings. So if you want to compare two strings, we can use like this. Should be equal as a strings and two strings you can give. I mean integers, sorry. Should be equal as integers. Two integers we can give x and y. If both are integers and if both are equal, then this will be false. Else it will be 5. should be equally as integers 10 and 10. Okay, so this will, whatever you give here, that will treat as integer. So as a integer it will validate 10 equal to 10. Okay, so if you give 100, this will fail. 100 is not equal to 10. Okay, like this. Similarly we have should not be equal as a, should not be equal as an integer for negative. If it is not equal to, that will pass, else it will fail. Now strings should be equal as a strings we have, then this will do string validation. It will compare string comparison, it will do. Okay, 100 not equal to 10, so this will treat as a string. Strings it will consider as a string, and the string is not equal, then it is failing. Okay, so instead of 100 you can give test equal to test, or some string you can give. Similarly we have should not be equal as a strings. So if it is not equal, it will false. If it is equal, it will fail. So similarly for numbers also, should be equal as a numbers and should not be equal as a numbers. Same thing, we can compare two numbers. Okay, so whatever you give, those it will treat as a numbers and it will validate. Next, should be true. Okay, so whatever you can validate like this. You can give one condition. Okay, so we can get this result. Yesterday we discussed one keyword, run keyword and return status. Okay, so this keyword will return the status true or false. Then we can use should be true. Should be true of dollar result. This should be true. If it is true, it will be false, else it will fail. Mm, okay, so actually you can see one thing. So the advantage of robot framework, if you mistype something, it will suggest you. See, I just mistakenly I type return. Okay, instead of return I type this. So it is showing no keyword with name found, and it is suggesting, did you mean this? Run keyword and return status. Okay, so now I'll execute. So again I miss review. See, it is getting false. Okay, so that is the reason it is failing. So similarly we have should not be true. So if it is, since it is a false, it will fail, because if it is a not true, it will pass. Okay, it is a false, so it is passing the test case. Okay, so like that you can use should be true and should not be true. Similarly, should contain and string and other string you can give. should contain and the string and whatever the item you want to look. Okay, so you can give the string and you can give the string or value whatever you want to look in the particular string. So if you found, if it contains the string, it will return, so it will pass the test case, else it will fail. Okay, similarly should not contain. Okay, similarly should not contain. And we have should match. Actually these three are important: should match and should not match, and should match regexp and should not match regexp. So should match, should match, and string and pattern. String I have a I am just giving, and the content whatever I want to match. So I want to match it to Python. So here it will check this particular pattern is there or not in the particular string. Okay, so in this should match, so you can give the string and the pattern. So this pattern should be like it can be like plain string, or it can be like uh, star star something. So before Python something can be there, and after Python something can be there, so like that. So you can give like this. So it's like not fully regular expression, it's a kind of small pattern. Okay, so if it matches, it will return, it will pass the test case, should match. So matched. Okay, so like that should not match. If it doesn't match, it will pass, else it will fail. Okay, so similarly here you can give Python star plus Python question mark, only star and question mark. It will accept, it will accept like white characters. So like you can give the pattern like star, some star is star, that means, so before is also some character should be there, and after is also some character should be there. So question mark is, it will be like 0 or 1. So you know those regular expressions, right? If you give star, 0 or more should be there. If you give question mark, 0 or 1 character should be there. So like that you can write patterns. So if you want to write a full regular expression, you have one more should match regexp. Okay, so here you can give regexp, regular expression. Okay, so I'm just giving 100,000. Okay, so Python is some thousand. Okay, I have one string like this, so I want to pattern match whether this particular string is having a regular expression digit or not. So this you can write a regular expression digit. Okay, digit you can give plus, I mean digit can be more or not. So since it whatever you give it will treat as a string, so you have to escape this. Okay, so this will treat as a string, so you have to escape with one slash, then one slash will ignore because it is a string, then it will be like one slash d. Okay, so you have to give two slashes. Okay, so it matched. Okay, so it matches or it's passing. If it doesn't match, it will fail. Similarly, we have should not match. If it doesn't match, it will pass. If it matches, it will fail. So it will be like opposite to this. So should match and should not match regular expression. So that keyword also available. So you can use those keywords to match some particular thing using regular expression. Okay, similarly in Python we have a sleep in robot framework, like you want to sleep some seconds, you can give sleep and the time you can specify. So the time you can give a number, the time you can, it will be like you can give seconds, so sleep and number of seconds you can give, and along with that you can specify like this: one day if you want to how many days if you want to spare, if you want to sleep for one day you can give number of days and day, and hours you can specify. Plain string you can give 2 hours or 1 hour, and minutes 3 minutes, and second 4 seconds. So if you give only some number, that will treat as a seconds. Okay, 42 seconds. If you give 10 seconds, 10 seconds has to sleep. So I'll slow with the example. Sleep 10, and I think with sleep for reason also we can specify. So reason, that means message. It is sleeping 10 seconds. Okay, after 10 seconds it came out, and you can see the log. Okay, so sleeping 10 seconds, slept 10 seconds, default it is printing, and the reason whatever you specify it is printing sleeping reason you can say. So that is optional. So if you want to say something you can print, or else default it will print like this: slept 10 seconds. Okay, so that's the reason is optional, you can remove also. So default if you give some number, it will treat as a seconds. So instead of that I want to sleep 1 minute. Okay, you can say 1 minute. If you want to sleep some more minutes, 5 minutes you can tell, or else simply you can give 1 minute, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Like this you can write. It's like plain English you can write. So this will sleep 1 minute and 5 seconds. Okay, it completed. See, slept 1 minute and 5 seconds. Okay, similarly you can write if you want to sleep for 1 hour, sleep 1 hour and 2 minutes and 5 some 10 seconds. Okay, you need to write full name also, you can specify like one H and one name and someone else. Okay, like that sleep will work. So we have one more keyword called wait until keyword succeeds. Okay, so if you want to run some particular keyword in loop, okay, then you can use this wait until keyword succeeds. So we have to give like this wait until keyword and so the main uses of this keyword is let's say you are running some function. Okay, so it might fail in middle. Okay, so this keyword we can tell that we can wait until the keyword success. Okay, if it fails also, just sleep for some time and again iterate it and try one more time and again iterate it and try one more time like until it will success. Okay, uh, if it once it success, I mean once it passes, then it will come out, or else it will continue till the time ends, till the time ends. So you can give like the syntax is wait until keyword success, and you can give maximum time here, and the for each iteration how much time you want to sleep. Okay, so that you can specify, and after that you can give the keyword. Okay, so wait until keyword succeeds. Okay, so I'm specifying uh, like 30 seconds, you can give the time, and each interval I want to sleep 10 seconds. I want to run keyword. Uh, so the result is wait should be true. Okay, so what this will do, wait until keyword success. So should be true of or yes, this is a false, so it will fail here. Then it will sleep some 10 seconds, and again it will check, again it will sleep 10 seconds. So up to the maximum time is 30 seconds. If 30 seconds over, it will come out and will say that still the keyword is failing. Okay, okay, see, keyword should be true fail after retrying for 30 seconds. Okay, the last error was false should be true. So if you see the log, it will try like this, wait until keyword success, should be true, it will try, it is failing, and it will take 10 seconds here, and again it should be true, and again it will wait for 10 seconds, and you can see the time here 13:45, here 13:55, 10 seconds, and again 14:05, 10 seconds. So it over 30 seconds is over, right? So what are you get the time? 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30. So here it is 40, so it is out of this time, so still it is failing, then it will throw an error, so it will fail it. Okay, so assume that if this third iteration, if it passes, I mean this condition, if this keyword is passes, then it will return true and it will exit from here itself. Whenever it succeeds, it will exit. Okay, or else it will continue until the time. So why we use this case is the mostly you're running some if you're running some runtime, so let's say you're executing some command. Okay, that command sometimes it may fail, so sometimes it might pass, it will take some time. Okay, for such cases we will iterate it. Okay, maybe first iteration it might fail, second iteration it might pass, second iteration it might fail, and third iteration it might pass. Okay, in that such cases you can use like this: wait until keyword success, and you can specify some time, and you can give it. Okay, let's say I'll give an example, like you're rebooting submission. Okay, so in this step you rebooted some machine, and you're waiting that you have to verify whether the system is came up or not. In such case, so default for coming up the system, it might take some 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You can give the maximum type 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you will check it. So you will check the whether system is up or not. You will write a keyword and you will execute here. Okay, maybe first time still it is reporting, it didn't come up, so you'll sleep some time and you will check, you will run this loop. So once the machine is once it's up, it will verify that, and it will send as a pass. In true, it will send, it will come out here. So if it takes more than whatever you give the time here, if it takes more than that, then still it will fail. Okay, so using this you can verify so such cases. Okay, so that is how we can use wait until keyword success. So mostly we'll use this keyword. Okay, so I'll give you some practical scenarios. In that case, we'll use this keyword mostly. In coming classes, we'll discuss that. Yeah, I think we are enough with built-in library. So mostly I covered all keywords with built-in. So if I miss anything, so you can refer this doc. So built-in doc. So if you find anything which I didn't tell, you can use it. Okay, so maybe I missed few things because so I just covered only few things, the major things. Okay, so are you clear with this built-in? Hello, Vishwaja. Okay, so similarly built-in we have one more libraries. So that is that library is strings. So string library. So using this string library, we can do like more string operations. So mostly built-in will cover few string operations. Okay, so string using the string library will use mostly more string operations. Okay, so this will discuss tomorrow.